It looks like they are continuing on Washington, at least some of them anyway, although some of them now look like they're heading down Clark.
South on Clark?
Are definitely forcing. What's that?
Is that south on Clark?
Yes,
because
be south on Clark. But
they could be trying to leave if that's the case then. They could be trying to exit the downtown area.
Yeah, it looks like most of them are going to stay on. They're staying on Washington. Come on.
Yeah. So and
it looks like actually some protesters are coming north up Clark to meet up with this group.
Okay. Yeah, if they're headed north, they're trying to stay downtown. You mentioned the Chicago police officers are in their riot gear. What about the demonstrators? You saw 2x4s being taken to Chicago police vehicles. Do you see bottles with water and urine? What are they carrying with them?
Yeah, mostly water is what I'm seeing. I haven't seen any of the bottles of urine that we heard the mayor and the police chief talk about. But, you know, I call it light right here because they don't have, you know, the shin pads and the other sort of heavier gear that you might see them on. It's really just a helmet and their batons at this point. I have seen several water bottles get thrown over the crowd into the police lines as police sort of dodge them. You see them coming in. At this point now, the protesters, the police have drawn the line right here now at Clark as the crowd continues to move on Washington.
Do you have any sense on the numbers, how many we're talking about? Unfortunately, we do not have video of exactly where you're at. If you could give us a general idea.
I don't know if you can hear this, but sounds like small explosion.
Goodness.
This is the sound of these 2x4s being taken to windshields and other police vehicles. To answer your question, Jackie, based on where I am right now, it appears to me, just from the eye, that there are more police officers here than there are protesters. But understand, having said that, there are easily 50 to 100 police officers in this block right now. We're coming up on LaSalle. Here come more bottles flying in from the crowd. I'm behind the police line right now, so I can't really tell how many of these protesters have gathered. But, yeah, it's too hard to tell. They're spread out so much, at least 100, maybe more, right here at LaSalle in Washington.
And as you described that scene, just to let you know what our audience just saw was Walgreens on State Street. That was not a protest. That was lawlessness. And now you're looking at, these are live pictures. What street is that, control room? Looks like
somebody just threw a bottle in here and almost hit an officer. They're trying to arrest somebody at the Loft store right here at LaSalle. And here comes another squad that's coming in through the crowd, throwing more things at the officers.
Joe, have the buildings that you're nearby, have they all been struck? Have they been hit?
Have they been what?
Have they been damaged?
Not all of them, no. In fact, I would say that not many of them. More have not been damaged than have been. Hang on a second here. I'm going to get out of the way because there's a lot of stuff flying through the air right now. And
yes, please be safe.
Let me get to a safe spot here on the stuff.
Move back if you have to. Please be safe for us. You know, Police Superintendent Brown mentioned that his officers have shown a lot of restraint despite objects being thrown at them, despite an officer having broken bones. Have you observed that as well? Are Chicago police just sort of standing there taking it?
They are, yeah. There's a lot of stuff flying in. In fact, I just got hit by something in the leg. But I'm up LaSalle and I'm okay. I don't know what it was that hit me, but there is stuff flying over the top of this crowd into the police line. Bottles, water bottles, and I don't know what else. But several items are being thrown in, yeah.
All right, Joe, I know that you do not have the protective gear like the Chicago police, so we are going to let you go and get to a safer location.
Now, I'm at least I'm a half a block away from the action, so I'm okay now. I just needed to get out of where that was right there, so I'm good. There are several units rolling in here right now that are ambulances and fire trucks, so I'm not quite sure where they're heading. But this situation on Washington and LaSalle is right now where all the action is. I can tell you that right now. Police are still moving them along Washington for sure.
Well, the crowd seems to just be going all over the place in the Loop. You started out at Washington and Dearborn near State. In between then, now they're heading west. We've seen other areas at State and Lake where there was activity. It just seems like there are splinters of groups of protesters just traveling throughout the Loop, and the police catching up to them.